Let me begin by saying this entire video will be explaining my situations with remasters and how I broke my own rule like a fraud, as many of you are saying, and my real thoughts about remasters. So throughout the video I'll post like screenshots of how many remasters I played and how to get them all. And I want to reiterate, the first remaster that I bought with my own money is Valkyria Chronicles. It wasn't anything else. And some of you already know I forgot it was a remaster. I know it says it on the box, but I did not read the box until I got home, you fools. Anyways, for sure I broke my own rule of no remasters and will forever be exposed. Whatever, I don't care. But there are many instances this gen where I played like a lot of remasters. And going through my trophies, I saw a lot of them. But it was because of my game share partner. He buys basically 90% of all remasters. And he's into remasters and, you know, I played them through him, so whatever. But then a question lingered, like in my head. I was like, okay, why did I buy this? And why was my hate so like freaking like high? And sure, it's a shady business move, and you know, it's like a cheap waits for companies to make money. And that I succumbed to remasters basically. But then I came to a realization that they're not all bad, as Phil told me. For example, Resident Evil 4, like, that's a great game, and that shows how good survival horror is, right? And because it encompasses everything that's good with Resident Evil, I mean, it's a pretty good idea to buy, and not everybody has played it since it came out like 2 gens ago. But then we come to the shitty money-grabbing one. Like, they're countless, literally. I just sat here and looked through the list. It's crazy. Look, Prototype 1, Prototype 2, Sleeping Dogs, God of War 3, Resident Evil 5 and 6, and I know I'm missing some, but the crazy thing is, I think Prototype 1 and 2, I think they're still 30 frames, which is crazy, and I think Sleeping Dogs is 30 frames too. I'm not sure about Resident Evil and Resident Evil 5 and 6, but you know, you can see how the list goes on, and not only are those games fairly new, but they're not bringing anything to the table. This remastered God of War 3 it's literally the exact same game. Literally the exact same game as the PS3, just with 60 frames. And it's unacceptable. They were selling almost for 60. Oh, I think it was 40. But it's still too much. And then, like, there's cases where they're bringing worse graphics. Have y'all seen the Arkham Collection trailer? The graphics for the PS3 look better than the PS4. It's insane how that's even possible. But hey, it happens somehow, and that studio is not, that porting studio is not bad making ports, but hey, I don't know what happened. So now that I've been exposed, my mind did change a bit, right? Now I bought Valkyria Chronicles without even realizing it was a remaster, and I think that's what remasters need to do is exactly that. Be something new for some people, but be good too. For example, if I had Valkyria Chronicles 2, which is not a very good game according to some people, I wouldn't buy that remaster, right? Because it's not a game that I should play. It's not a must-own game. You know, it's just another Valkyria Chronicles, which shows nothing basically. So yeah, it's just, if you're gonna buy a remaster, in my opinion, there's only like a couple reasons, right? You never played the game, and it's critically acclaimed, right? So let's say the Uncharted collection. That collection's pretty good, right? It has like Uncharted 2, which is one of the best games of all time, according to many. And has 3, which are also good, and 1, some people hate, but it's pretty good too. And if you want to further your gaming knowledge, right? So I played what's this name? This game called Grim Fandango Remastered. Yeah, that game. Even though it's like a remaster, I played it because it shows like the adventure games, the type of adventure games they used to play back in the early 90s, I mean late 90s by, I forgot the guy's name. He made a lot of those games. And they said this was like pretty much the pinnacle of adventure games. I ended up platinuming it, and it was pretty good, but it wasn't anything special in my opinion. But it opened my horizons to new genre of games, and I think remasters need to do exactly that. But, for example, there's literally zero reason for somebody that played Resident Evil 6 back on PS3 to rebuy it again for PS4. Rafa. But that man is buying Resident Evil 6 again. I mean 5 and 6, whatever. I'm not even gonna question that. But all it will lead is just for more remasters, for remasters that we don't even want, right? We want the BioShock one. Why? Because it was like it was a freaking great story with like good implementation of gameplay. It was great, right? But we don't want like something like, I don't know, mediocre, like something like Fuse, something like Haze remaster. If we can buy like bullshit remasters, which I think that's the problem, I think that's what we're gonna end up with like a lot of remasters of average games that don't deserve the treatment, and then remasters that actually deserve the treatment for like people buying it and shit. They're not gonna buy it, which is, I think, the major problem. And yeah, I was surprised how many remasters I played this gen. I played the Borderlands pre-sequel, I think it was, the collection. Also, I never played that game on PS3, and I didn't really feel that it was a remaster. I just felt like they made it for PS3 and then they just released it for PS4. It was pretty much like a port because it really wasn't anything. I also didn't buy that game, by the way. It was game shared. And it's kind of, yeah, when I look back, it's kind of crazy how many remasters I played. But the first remaster I bought was Valkyria Chronicles. Those are facts. You can take it or leave it, of course, but yeah. I didn't put my money where my mouth was. And now, I look like a fraud, whatever. You can make anything, you can make your mind up, I don't care. But if you do think I'm a fraud, and you made it to this point in the video, then you're an idiot for even listening to me. But yeah, that's like my video exposing myself. What do you guys think? I will do another video called exposing myself multiplayer, because I want to expose myself how like average I am on multiplayer. And I don't care, I'll say it. But yeah, it's kind of crazy. And I'll expose some other people like Tony, which thinks he's a beast on multiplayer, and it's actually average. But yeah, I just want to make this video about remasters, man. I know it's kind of crazy how much I look like a fraud, but fear not, I will buy the remaster for Resident Evil 5. No, not even close. But yeah, those are my thoughts. Anyways, what do you guys think? Bye.